Hi Aquarius, how are you? Welcome back to the Spiritual Parlour if you've been here before. If you haven't, then welcome. It's great to have you here. I'm really sorry I didn't upload your June reading with all the other 11 sun signs. This is because I'm an Aquarius myself and I wanted to recharge the deck, cleanse the cards, get everything, back to, being neutral. Purely because we've had this big transit, as you probably know, one of our ruling planets, Uranus, moved over to Taurus. That planet only shifts 7 to 7.5 years, a very slow moving planet, and it will be quite long lasting. So wherever the planet has shifted to in your house of life, in your houses, in terms of astrology, could be big and it could be very, very long lasting. If you're not sure where that planet now sits in your houses of life, then you can click the link below and I can check it for you. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. What else I need to say? Okay, 13th of June, we've got a new moon in Gemini. Really good energy for us as Aquariuses to have that fellow air energy around us. New moons are great for manifestations, new beginnings. So earmark that date. Mars has been in our sun sign since May, and it will turn retrograde on the 26th. Okay, so Mars, which rules Aries, is quite a dynamic, forward-thinking, ambitious planet. So in a retrograde, it could be that kind of energy is calmed a little bit. So just so you know. All right, let's get into it. So this is a general reading. Spirit, I'd like to tap into the energy, into the vibration of Aquarius. This is Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. What messages are there for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising for the month of June 2018? If there is a message for Aquarius for June 2018, please let it be known. Okay, first card will represent the theme. Second card will represent the heart of the matter or the issue. Third card will represent the recent past. Fourth card will represent the present. Fifth card will represent the advice. Sixth card will represent a potential outcome. This is Aquarius. Okay, that's too many. Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. There's a message, Spirit. Too many. Please let it be known. Alright, let's see. That's shuffled. What's going on? I hope you guys survived the transit as well. Hope it wasn't too dramatic. Okay, I scribbled here, so we'll go with this part of the deck. Bottom energy is, oh look at that Aquarius, the star. It is you, me, us. This is the tarot card that represents us, the star. Okay, also represents hope, faith, keeping strong, being positive, but the star in tarot represents the sun sign of Aquarius. So you've shown up. That's excellent. You've shown up in your own reading. Perfect. Oh dear. Oh gosh. Oh wow. Woo. Aquarius. Okay. So let's just see what's going on for these cards. You've got quite some strong cards here, guys. Really strong. Okay, Aquarius, looking at this straight away, and the feeling that I'm getting from this spread is that there are some Aquariuses out there, or there is a Aquarius out there, who is currently in a period of transition, real transition, and this transition might not feel comfortable at the moment. It might not feel comfortable at the moment, but it feels as though maybe it is for the best. Okay, so the theme, we've got a brand new start. Okay, we've got an ace of cups. So cups as a suit represents our feelings, our emotions. Sorry guys, got a waft of incense. Our feelings, our emotions, also relationships. So it matters of the heart, and ace is like, the brand new start. It's the I call them like gifts from the universe. You know, it's the divine intervention. You know, here you go, here's something new, take it, you know, work with it and move along with it. So the theme very much for June is a brand new start, potentially emotionally for some of you or someone. And the heart of the matter, or the issue surrounding that new start, could be potential conflict. Conflict that you've had, and I'm going to say in the past as well, okay, because of what's in your past position, but let's just discuss this a bit more. So the issue here that I'm seeing is there's been some kind of potential conflict. Pages, well, first of all, the Page of Swords. Swords is a suit, represents us, it represents air, and it also represents life's challenges. It is the challenging suit, you know, it's the mental suit as well. It's how we think, not so much how we feel inside, but more how we think. It's about learning, and it's also about just general struggle or life's challenges. Pages are things that are not fully matured yet. So it could be that there has been some kind of conflict or early dispute, because Page of Swords, what he tends to bring, to keep it general, because this is a general reading, is conflict. He also brings news and contracts as well. So it could be that for some of you, there's a new start. Conflict could be around a contract, could be around a deal that's not gone as you wanted it to. Also, you could be dealing with a fellow air sign, someone that's maybe a little bit younger than you, or even younger in mentality, because it's a page, it's quite a young energy. So fellow air sign could be a Gemini or a Libra. So it's a new start with that. That's the theme. And in the recent past, there's been some disappointment or some boredom or discontent, possibly to do with this page energy that I've picked up. You know, so you've got the Four of Cups there. I explained to you what the cups represent. So it's matters of the heart. So maybe for some of you, in your heart, you've been feeling a bit, excuse me, a bit bored, a bit discontent with the situation. Like maybe it's not serving you anymore. As you can see with the Four of Cups here, you've got this guy sitting by the tree. He's got 3 cups in front of him, that he's focusing on, but he's not really focusing on what's being offered to him or what's, you know, at the side. He's a bit bored, a bit discontent with what's been offered. The other message or sort of energy, because I'm keeping this general, reading the energies because I don't know everybody's situation, but the other energy with the Four of Cups as well is about not turning your nose up at something that's been offered to you without fully checking it out. So you take what resonates with you and you leave the rest. So it could be, you know, you're either quite bored, not happy with the situation, or you've looked at something and you've not been too sure about it and you just thought, you know, I think I'll give that a miss. Could be to do with a fellow air sign, younger energy, Gemini or Libra, or it could be to do with contract, because the Page of Swords also represents contracts and legal documents as well. But there's a brand new start around this. In the present, this is where I was talking about the change. Where I said at the beginning, some Aquariuses are going through a massive change. You've got the Tower. Now, a lot of people freak out when they see the Tower, and sometimes people freak out when they see death, and sometimes people freak out when they see the Devil card as well. But these can actually be quite positive energies. With the Tower, as you can see, it's shake up. It's major shake up. You've got a tower with people falling out of it. You've got lightning striking the building, you know, the atmosphere, the background, you know, it's dark, it's nighttime, it's quite stormy. So that is the energy of the Tower. It's a major arcana card. It is not a day-to-day energy, it's something quite significant, which would lead me to believe that this new start that's above you or above that card as the theme is very much to do with this shake-up, this change. It could be quite something quite unexpected as well, happen quite quickly, quite suddenly. The Tower energy is not slow and progressive, more like the Death card where you can kind of see the transformation happening. It is quite sudden, okay, but that's what's going on now, okay. So for some Aquariuses, there is a big transformation happening. I mean, we've just had this Uranus transit. We've just had our ruling planet transit to another house of life, and I felt it when I checked my house of life that it's gone to. So it could be very much to do with that, you know. But there is a change. There is a change. The advice is, I feel looking at these two cards in your advice and your outcome situation, that potentially this situation was no good for you anyway. Yeah, because you've got the Devil card in your advice position, and the energy of the Devil, again, don't get freaked out, but it is about control, manipulation, being dominated. It's also the other side of the energy is addiction or obsession. So it could have been that potentially you yourself were obsessed or quite, you know, fixed, because as a sign, Aquarius, we are very fixed. Once we've got our mindset on something, it's very, very hard for it to be swayed. You know, as people, we're quite, you know, can be quite fixed. It could be that you were quite fixed on something, and it turned out that that wasn't really something that served you well anyway. It could have been that that was quite a toxic situation, a toxic person, a toxic job, a toxic relationship. I mean, looking at the spread, there isn't a dominance of cards to indicate what this could be to do with. So you take what resonates with you. I might clarify that actually and see what this situation is here that was toxic. But it does look like in your advice situation or in your advice position, it was no good. It was no good, and it's going to end. Okay, that's the outcome. It is going to end quite quickly. So whatever discomfort there has been in the present, or whatever discomfort there is still now presently for you because of the change, the advice is it was pretty toxic anyway. You know, it probably is something that really doesn't serve you, and you're probably a lot better off out of the situation, or away from that person, out of that job, out of that relationship, whatever it is that was quite toxic. And that discomfort will end because you've got the Ten of Swords in your outcome position. Now, 10 as a number is completion. It is completion. It is, you know, that final, that's it. We've reached the highest level now. It is the end. Swords, I explained to you what the suit represents. It is the challenges. And as you can see, there's a guy here who's quite clearly ended. He's no longer alive. Now, the energy of the Ten of Swords, again, is quite a quick energy. So I feel, Aquarius, what I see for you and what I feel is that this change, this transition that's going on here in the present with the Tower is going to be quite quick moving. Like, you're going to feel it quite quickly. It's not going to be something that's going to be hanging around for a long time. Like, it's going to be change and then you're going to move forward. I'm going to do some clarification. So let's see, the Devil. Okay, so Spirit, why am I seeing the Devil? What is this toxic energy? What was this toxic energy? There's a message here. Can you clarify the Devil? The Devil, here we go, what's flipped? King of Swords. The King of Swords. Now that is interesting, guys, because the King of Swords represents two things. First of all, good judgment, okay? Because the King of Swords, he is, out of all the kings, he is the judge. So he is the one that will, you know, say, you know, think, okay, that's a fair decision, that isn't a fair decision. So it is about decisions and judgment. Also, the other energy of the King of Swords, again, is conflict, because it's the suit of swords. So he can bring conflict. So it feels to me like this toxic situation could have been potentially a legal matter, okay, because it is the King of Swords, order, justice. Could have been a person, again, because you've got the Page of Swords in the theme. It's, you know, that whole air energy again. So it could be an air sign person, another Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra. But the clarification card for, you know, the advice with the Devil about the situation being toxic is the King of Swords. So I feel like I'm being pushed to say that it was a good decision, or it was a fair outcome. Whatever changes happened in, or happening now in the present, to keep it general, with the Tower in your present position, this toxic energy, this manipulation, this obsession, this control, this domination of the Devil, you know, the fact that it's ending which is going to be the outcome in your outcome position, and things are changing, is a very, very good and wise decision. Okay, that's the clarification card, King of Swords. So yeah, King of Swords talk about judgment, law, order, fair outcome, or it could be that you're dealing with a legal matter. Okay, this toxic energy has been, you know, around a legal matter, whatever that means for you, but it could be something quite legal. Okay. Wow. Goodness me, Aquarius. I'm just looking at this spread to see if I get anything more. I mean, I spoke about a lot about, you know, what's going on in the here and now, like the change, the toxic energy being removed, you know, the change in the present, the shake-up, the toxic energy being removed, and the clarification that it was a good, you know, it was a good judgment for it to be removed. It was a fair outcome, or it's a legal matter, and that it's going to be coming to an end pretty soon. That's the outcome. It will come to an end pretty soon. So that's what's going on now, or that's what will be going on in the month of June. Okay, and just know that there is going to be a brand new start. I feel like with the Ace of Cups here, it's just come to me, with the Ace of Cups in your theme position, it feels very much like emotionally you will have a sense of relief, because this spread is very swords dominated now. It's more swords dominated with the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords, the Page of Swords. So it is your energy, and of course you guys are on the bottom of the deck. Well, you were on the bottom of the deck, I've shuffled it now, but you were on the bottom of the deck as your energy at the start of the reading. So there is going to be a new start, and emotionally this feels very much to me like it has been challenged with all these swords, challenge, and more so for the mind, you know, mental challenge, like maybe negative thoughts, you know, negative experiences. It feels very much mental with all the presence of swords in these positions as well. And in the past, you know, you've just been quite discontent, quite upset, quite, you know, unamused, quite unimpressed with whatever it is that has caused this major change in the present, this major shake-up, that is ultimately, you know, something quite toxic for you, but, you know, a fair outcome. A fair outcome. It's fair that it's ended. It's fair for you, is how I feel. It's fair for you. Yeah. So, it feels like as a month for June, Aquarius, it's going to be, things are going to get better, is what has just come to me. Things are going to get better. I feel like I've been pushed to say things are going to ease up. Things that the discomfort is going to end quite quickly. Okay, in your outcome position, it's going to end quite quickly. I wouldn't want to give a time because I don't know everybody's situation, and you take what resonates for you. But what I can say, and what I definitely do feel, is the discomfort. Okay, the discomfort that tower normally brings anyway, whenever it presents itself, whenever this energy enters our life, like this big shake-up, this massive change, that things are happening quite quickly, it can be quite, you know, uncomfortable, because it was a massive change, especially for a sign like us, like Aquarius, where we can be quite fixed. Like I said, you know, we like things a certain way. You know, once we've got something going a certain way, we think, okay, we're going to roll with this because this is working for us. But then when things change all of a sudden, sometimes that can cause a bit of discomfort, not just for anyone, but particularly for us, because of our nature or how we generally can be as people. But it will end soon, okay? This discomfort will ease up soon, is what I am being pushed to say, is what I feel I need to say, and is what has just come to me, okay? And emotionally, you will feel so much more better, okay? There's light at the end of the tunnel. It's just come to me as well. Light at the end of the tunnel is just flashed before me, so there's light at the end of the tunnel is what I need to say. So I'm going to pull you an angel card, Aquarius. I think for the month of June, just know it will get better. It will get better. This change is very much needed, okay? This toxic energy, the advice, this toxic energy, this control, this manipulation, this, you know, upset, this domination, whatever it was, a job, a friend, a family member, a relationship, or even, you know, you having to project this kind of energy to someone else, you know, to keep them in line or to stop them from doing something that's upsetting you. It is for the best, okay? It is for the best. It's a fair outcome that it's over, because you've got the King of Swords there as your clarifier card. So don't look back. Don't look back, okay? Do not look back. It is over. It is coming to an end, this discomfort. But just brace yourself for the energy of the Tower, okay? Brace yourself for the energy of the Tower, because the Tower does bring significant change. And with our ruling planet just moving as well, you know, it could be part of that. So whoever this message is for, keep your chin up, okay? Whoever this message is for, keep your chin up. It will ease up, okay? So if there is a message for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising, please let it be known. If there is a message for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising, please let it be known. This is Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Okay, there you go. Here's your message. And it says, gosh, this is really fitting for you. This is really fitting for you. You've got chakra clearing your chakras. So by clearing your chakras, you open yourself up to profound wisdom. Okay, now based on what's going on, Aquarius, for some of you or for someone, because I never know who these messages are for, you know, it's just a pleasure to do them. This is exactly what the Tower brings as well. It is about clearing the blockages, you know. Things are released that no longer serve you. Okay, it's massive change, significant change, shake up, and you might not see it now, but you know, normally when this happens in life, or when this energy surrounds us in tarot, I always see it as, you know, what no longer serves you is gone, and the path ahead is a much more clearer and blessed path. So maybe with your angel card of chakra clearing, take some time to meditate, take some time out for yourself, cleanse yourself, you know, just when I say cleanse yourself, I don't mean like, you know, go jump in the bath and take a shower and you know, clean yourself in that way. I mean, emotionally, release it. Just release it, Aquarius. Just release it, because that's what it indicates down here. What's going on in the present and the snapshot into the future is it's being released now with the Tower, and it was definitely for, you know, a fair outcome, for the best. Even if it's a legal matter with your King, clarification, if you're having a legal battle, if you've got a legal battle in your hand, because that's what he can represent with law and order. But if not, generally it's, you know, good and fair outcomes, good decision making. You know, it's going, okay, and it will end soon. So have a wonderful month. Clear those chakras, meditation. Don't hold on to the past. Don't hold on to this discomfort. Don't hold on to this conflict, which is the heart of the matter. You know, because you need, as the cards are suggesting, as Spirit has clearly said, you need a new start from this conflict. You need a brand new start. So I hope that was helpful for someone. I really, really hope it was. Sometimes, you know, it's difficult when you do readings to people, because especially when you don't know who the message is for, you can just portray the message what is being put in front of you, and you can just, you know, send the messages as they come to you and what you feel. Especially when, you know, if you're like me, I'm a bit of an empath. Like, I feel what's going on, and I can sense it. So this, to me, you know, it's difficult when the message isn't always like a bed of roses, or when you see that someone's in a situation that is quite hurtful and they're going through a lot of change. It can be quite difficult to put that message across. But as I said, it is for the best. It is a fair outcome. So my fellow Aquarian, whoever this message is for, have a wonderful June. Hope to see you again in July, maybe. I'll be uploading the weekly energy readings as normal. And if you guys do want a birth chart or personal reading or any of that kind of stuff, then do visit the links down below. Please do see my Etsy store. From the 15th of June, I'll be uploading some spiritual candles, like prosperity candles, love candles, protection candles, all handmade by myself in my Etsy store, some oils, all that kind of stuff. So if you're into all that, then do check it out. But have a wonderful month. Clear those chakras. And move forward, Aquarius, okay? Good luck with the situation. All right, take care, guys.